If you're making $70,000 per year, would you want your taxes to go to top up the salaries of global employees? That's what might happen if Global gets its way. It is petitioning the federal government to pay 25% of the salaries of their employees. Why? Because they're losing money, they say. Jay Goldberg is with the Canadian Taxpayers Foundation. Wait until you hear what he has to say about this. I mean, I just can't believe if most businesses, if they can't pay their employees, they say, okay, we're going to either cut the employees or go bankrupt.
Yeah, this is really dangerous for two reasons. Number one, I think a lot of people who are really hurting from inflation and are trying to pay their credit card bills will be pretty upset to hear this request that somehow Global News wants a top up from the government. But it's important to note the other point, which is that the Trudeau government has spent hundreds of millions of dollars subsidizing news. CTV News, Globe and Mail, they're all getting money. CBC News is getting over $1.2 billion a year. And what do we have to show for it? We have a press that now you have to question their ability to be fully independent if the government is literally handing them hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
Well, I mean, Justin made a joke about that at dinner recently in Ottawa, saying, you know, I know you guys can't be bought for $680 million. But really, these would be almost employees of the federal government writing about the federal government.
Well, they would be, and you have to wonder if you've got another political party that's campaigning on scrapping all of these subsidies, can they really be objective? And so I think that taxpayers do not want to have to pay for this, number one, and number two, we have to worry about government accountability and objectivity.
That's a very, very good point, though, about particularly the CBC, but it impacts them all. I mean, Polyev is saying, elect me, I'm going to disband the CBC. Well, not anybody in the CBC is going to want to lose their cushy job.
No one's going to want to lose their job at CBC. Nobody at other media outlets are going to want to lose their job or lose these subsidies.
So why don't we have more of a hue and outcry about this?
Well, I think we do. I think we see alternative media as skyrocketing in terms of its attendance, in terms of its audience, and I think that's just going to continue as people are frustrated with the old news.
Well, now let's just go back to the situation, though. I mean, if they can't make their payroll, should they be like any other business? Or is the news business so exalted that Canada should be supporting it like they do national defense?
Absolutely not. They've got to make their payroll like every small business has to do. If that means shrinking the number of people there, lowering their ridiculously high salaries, or the millions of dollars of bonuses handed out every year, then they've got to do it. No more taxpayer cash.
Well, it does seem that the news does have, I guess, with some people, an exalted area. Although some news agencies don't go to the government for money. We're one of them, Jay Goldberg. Thanks very much. 3 minutes. When someone comes up to me in the Buckhorn Hardware and says, "You're Stephen LeDrew," and I go, "Yeah." He says, "I watch you every day because I want to learn what's going wrong in this country. We're doing something right because other people are not reporting things. If you agree, please subscribe and PayPal and enjoy."